Today we will discuss who would win in a fight between Minato Namikaze and Itachi Uchiha. I came across a video which was made by NTC Anime discussing who would win in a fight between Minato Namikaze and Itachi Uchiha. The host declared Minato the winner, but I disagree. In this video, I'll first analyze the strengths and weaknesses of both Minato and Itachi before determining who would win in a battle between these two legends. If you're interested in the fight debate, then you can skip to time mentioned on the screen in the video. But I will suggest you guys to watch the video, including strength and weakness analysis of both these legends, so you can get clear view of the fight. I'll discuss 2 or 3 major strengths and weaknesses of each. We can't cover every strength as both have a wide range of jutsu in their arsenal. Starting with the yellow flash of the leaf, let's examine his strengths and weaknesses. First strength, Flying Reijin. First, let's discuss the jutsu that earned Minato the nickname the Yellow Flash. Known as the fastest shinobi, he could move instantly using his Flying Reijin technique, outpacing both the second Raikage and Shisui Uchiha. His teleportation skills were so advanced that he single-handedly defeated 1,000 shinobi. Additionally, he used Flying Reijin to defeat Obito Uchiha during his attack on the Leaf Village. Minato threw a Reijin kunai at Obito, who dodged it with Kamui. However, as Obito materialized, Minato teleported to the kunai and struck him with his Rasengan, leading to Obito's defeat. This showcases the immense power of his Flying Reijin jutsu and explains why he was called the Yellow Flash of the Leaf. Second, Reaper Death Seal and other sealing jutsu. Minato mastered the Uzumaki clan's sealing jutsu, including their most powerful technique, the Reaper Death Seal. He also knew the 8 trigrams sealing jutsu, which he used to seal Kurama into both Naruto and himself. The Reaper Death Seal demonstrated its effectiveness during the fight between Orochimaru and Hiruzen, where Hiruzen attempted to seal Orochimaru's soul at the cost of his own. Thus, if Minato had no other options, the Reaper Death Seal would have been his last resort to defeat Itachi. Third, Minato's other major strengths. Some people claim that Minato was a perfect sage because he had perfect rings around his eyes when he entered Sage Mode. While this might be true, his use of Sage Mode against Madara suggests otherwise. He was unable to perform the large Rasengan that Naruto could, which casts doubt on whether Minato was a perfect sage. Nevertheless, Sage Mode could still be useful for Minato when he was low on chakra. Additionally, Minato's other techniques, such as the Yellow Lightning and Dance of the Hal Jutsu, are effective for instant attacks and primarily rely on his Flying Raijin. When discussing Minato's weaknesses, it's important to note that his Flying Thunder God technique is both a strength and a weakness. This technique drains chakra and requires superhuman levels of it. Additionally, there is no evidence to suggest that he can resist genjutsu effectively, and we are still uncertain about his status as a perfect sage. These are the major weaknesses of Minato that should be considered. Let's now discuss about the man who slaughtered his own clan, Itachi Uchiha. We'll talk about his strengths and weaknesses. First, Genjutsu and Amaterasu. Itachi Uchiha's strongest ability is his Tsukuyomi. He can cast his Genjutsu using his Mangekyo Sharingan without requiring his opponents to look into his eyes. He can even use finger Genjutsu, as seen when he traps Naruto by simply pointing his finger at him. This showcases his versatility and mastery of Genjutsu beyond traditional eye-based methods. Additionally, Itachi employs crows in battle, using them as a medium to cast Genjutsu, confusing and distracting enemies while trapping them in illusions. His left eye can also generate black flames that reach their target in an instant. If the flames make contact, the opponent is either dead or must sever the burned body part. Only Obito Uchiha was able to escape this technique by using Izanagi when Sasuke used it against him. Second, Itachi's Susanoo. Itachi Uchiha's Susanoo is a powerful ability that he can use after awakening the Mangekyo Sharingan in both eyes. As one of the Uchiha clan's most formidable abilities, it manifests as a massive humanoid spectral warrior that protects the user and attacks enemies. Itachi's Susanoo is notable for its unique weapons and defensive capabilities, making it one of the strongest versions in the series. However, it is not a fully evolved Susanoo. It lacks legs, having only a torso and arms. Its special features include the Yata Mirror and Totsuka Blade. The Yata Mirror is a legendary shield that nullifies any attack by changing its chakra nature to match that of the incoming attack, rendering Itachi immune to physical and elemental harm. The Totsuka Blade is an ethereal weapon that seals anything it pierces into a genjutsu-like state for eternity. Capable of cutting through both physical and spiritual matter, anything struck by it is permanently sealed within the sword, making it incredibly dangerous. Known as the Sakagari no Tachi, it is a perfect counter to even immortal beings, as it can trap them forever. Itachi Uchiha's weaknesses are significant despite his immense power. One major limitation was his chakra reserve, which was considerably lower than that of other shinobi due to the heavy toll his abilities took on his body. Additionally, Itachi suffered from a chronic illness that further compromised his physical condition and stamina. This ongoing health issue ultimately contributed to his premature death, highlighting the tragic irony of a powerful shinobi who, despite his incredible abilities, was unable to fully utilize his potential due to his deteriorating health. Now, without wasting time, let's discuss what would happen in a fight between Itachi and Minato. I believe there are two possible scenarios which I will explain, and then you can share your theories and views. First, let's say Itachi uses Amaterasu as soon as he sees Minato rushing towards him. However, Itachi's Amaterasu would likely be ineffective against Minato due to his teleportation speed. As seen with the Raikage, he dodged the black flames, which continued moving forward without touching him. The Raikage himself admitted that only the yellow flash of the leaf is faster than him, so it's clear Minato could also evade Itachi's flames. Many believe Itachi would struggle to adapt to Minato's speed, which would be a key factor in his defeat. However, I disagree. Itachi trained alongside Shisui Uchiha, known as Shisui the Teleporter, and would have the experience to adapt to Minato's high-speed teleportation. I know that Shisui Uchiha uses the body flicker technique to move, but he does it so quickly that it appears as teleportation. Minato, on the other hand, uses his flying Raijin technique for actual teleportation. Ultimately, both techniques achieve similar results. Now, returning to the fight, as mentioned earlier, Minato does not have perfect Sage Mode, as he cannot create the giant Rasengans that Naruto can. Without perfect Sage Mode, Minato cannot effectively counter the genjutsu casted by Itachi. It's also highly unlikely that Minato would enter Sage Mode as soon as he sees Itachi in the war. Sage Mode is primarily used when a shinobi is low on chakra, allowing them to draw on natural energy for longer fights. As mentioned earlier, Itachi's main weakness is his stamina, so he is unlikely to rely on taijutsu for an extended period against Minato. Instead, he would aim to cast Tsukuyomi as quickly as possible, using either his eyes or finger genjutsu, as he demonstrated against Minato's son. I know Minato is a skilled strategist and would avoid looking directly into Itachi's Sharingan. However, he might not realize that Itachi can cast genjutsu simply by pointing his finger. Once Minato is caught in Tsukuyomi, he would be unable to escape, as seen with Orochimaru and Kakashi Hatake. In that case, Itachi could easily finish him off with a kunai. I understand some might disagree with my conclusion, but hear me out before commenting. Itachi once cast genjutsu on Orochimaru, who is one of the legendary Sannin, while merely passing by, defeating him so effortlessly that it appeared child's play. Orochimaru was equivalent to Jiraiya, who is Minato's sensei. Both are legendary Sannin. His easy defeat by Itachi tells us the prowess of Itachi. Now in case 2, we would assume that Minato has perfect Sage Mode and goes into Sage Mode as soon as he comes across Itachi. I am assuming that he would to come to this decision to go into Sage Mode, as he might have practiced against Fugaku Uchiha, father of Itachi Uchiha, and I would be assuming Fugaku's Sharingan would also have genjutsu abilities. But I am just assuming it as we are not aware about the Fugaku's Mangekyu Sharingan abilities. Now, if Itachi casts genjutsu on Minato, then he would be able to escape it, though it is extremely difficult to break out, as we have seen in case of Kakashi and Naruto, the chakra flow needs to be disrupted to get out of it. But due to enhanced sensory abilities due to perfect Sage Mode, Minato would be able to resist it. Now, as a result, Itachi would not rely on genjutsu until Minato's Sage Mode gets over. We know there's a time limit for Sage Mode, as seen with Naruto, who could maintain it for only 5 minutes. Unless you're Hashirama Senju, who has an immense chakra reserve, you can't stay in it indefinitely. Some might argue that KCM Minato has chakra reserves similar to Hashirama's. which I agree with, since Hashirama admitted the same when Naruto's used Kurama's chakra to distribute among his fellow shinobi. However, I'm not considering that mode in this fight, as Minato got Kurama's chakra while he was dying. Additionally, I won't consider Itachi having Kotoa Matsukami, as it's borrowed power and would complicate the fight analysis. Continuing in the fight, Itachi can withstand Minato's Sage Mode by entering Susanoo and waiting for Minato to exhaust his time in Sage Mode. While Minato may attempt to use his Dance of the Howl jutsu to break Itachi's Susanoo and try to create an opening, Itachi can counter this with the Yatta Mirror, which absorbs all kinds of jutsu. Minato also needs to be cautious of Itachi's Totsuka blade, as a touch would result in being sealed. While it's highly unlikely that Minato would be hit due to his teleportation speed, he must remain alert when attacking Itachi's Susanoo, as it could lead to a fatal situation. Now let's say Itachi is drained of chakra from using Susanoo, and Minato has exhausted his Sage Mode. In this scenario, Itachi would attempt to cast Genjutsu with whatever chakra he has left with, while Minato could rely on the Reaper Death Seal. If Minato successfully uses the Reaper Death Seal, he would win but at the cost of his own life. Conversely, if Itachi successfully casts Tsukuyomi, it would be an easy win for Itachi without losing his life. But it's hard to determine which would happen first. So I conclude that each has a 50-50% probability of winning the fight. I understand it's difficult to decide the outcome, but that's my conclusion. Many argue that Itachi might use Izanagi to counter the Reaper Death Seal, but I believe this argument is invalid. We don't know how the Reaper Death Seal affects an illusion created by Izanagi, as it is a soul-sealing technique. Additionally, it's highly improbable that Itachi would activate Izanagi to avoid death from the Reaper Death Seal, as he would not be aware of Minato's sealing jutsu. That's my opinion on the fight between the Yellow Flash of the Leaf and Itachi of the Sharingan. What do you think of my analysis? Who do you believe would win between these two legends? Please comment below. Additionally, 98.3% of viewers don't subscribe to the channel even after watching the video. So please consider subscribing. It takes a week of work and research to create content like this. In my last video, I had set a goal of 100 subscribers, and you all helped me achieve it. I'm now aiming for 1,000 subscribers with this video, and I hope you'll help me reach that goal. Also, please check out the NTC Anime's channel. He creates great videos on various anime topics. I was inspired to make this video after watching his Itachi vs Minato video. Let's wrap up this video. I know it's been quite long, but I had to cover everything. I hope you understand. See you in the next video. Until then, sayonara.